Yeah, I'm curious. Like you say, like it's a good place to develop skills and grow yourself and things like that, especially in an industry that's going to be around for a long time.
Mhm.
I'm just curious for you personally, because I don't know exactly how long you've been the media manager for, but what do you think for you and your experience? What do you think the biggest skill is that you've kind of grown or developed in that short time in Illuvium?
Just honestly, that's a great question.
Yeah,
Uh, I would say just taking action, I guess, massive
yeah,
action. I think that's really it. I think that's a really valuable skill because a
yeah,
lot of people they get stuck on everything psychologically. They're scared to make a decision, or
yeah,
mentally they're just not, or afraid, or whatever the case may
yeah,
be, or there's a fear there. So I think like not only overcoming that, but just taking massive action and just getting things done. I think that's the
yeah.
biggest skill. And I mean, if you take that to any field or any industry, you can do a lot with that. And so, yeah.
Yeah, because I've been talking to a couple of like upcoming content creators or people that say they want to be content creators, and
Mm.
that's honestly the exact same thing that I tell them as well. It's like you need to have that micro macro, like on that Gary V talk, that the
Yeah.
micro macro perspective, where it's like micro speed, just knock things out, get things done, don't overthink things, learn from the results, and then adjust. And macro, just make sure that you know what your value is, what your point of view is, and kind of stick to those things and understand the long term perspective.
Yeah.
But micro, you need to be on it and just do things.
Yeah.
No
And I
point
will say too,
pondering.
when you're moving so fast, you don't, like you said, you don't have time to think about it, but over time that like also builds confidence. And that's
Yeah.
really important, is like, if you can be confident in taking action, in any industry, that's super valuable. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have really similar conversations with people as well, and like it's really, I have a lot of people that ask me to critique their videos and things and see what I think about it. I always usually have some ideas on how I would rephrase things or adjust things and things like that. But it's really hard to understand that your video is not really supposed to be the best it can be. I mean,
Yeah.
you have some of the big influencers, not just for crypto or whatever, just like someone like Andre Jick. Every
Andre
year
Jick, yeah.
or even longer, he'll still adjust his formula. Like he
Yeah.
changes his videos, he changes his camera, everything. He updates it, fixes it, swaps it. He changes often. He's not the only one. A majority of people, even not small YouTubers, but big ones as well, they change things often. They find a way they can improve, and it just takes time to keep improving and getting to there. And it's more just kind of analyzing yourself and kind of what you did wrong and stuff after the fact that will get you there faster. If you do the same thing over and over, obviously that's not really going to work. But just get started, get going, keep pumping it out, and then eventually it'll improve. I mean, as long as you have that in the back of your mind at least a little bit.
Yeah. It's like very unlikely that if you do things every day that you're not going to improve. Like it's very unlikely if you do that. So don't stress if you can't ride a horse on the first day. Just get on it every single day, and in 3 years' time you'll be a pro horse rider, which is the same as content creation. Like the first day is going to be trash. Like it's
Right.
I look back on my first video and it's not trash. I thought it was good, but and when I did it, I thought it was amazing. And now I look back and I'm like, yo, the lighting was bad, everything was horrible, like the pacing. But yeah, that's how it is. It is how it is.
Yeah, and like that, literally, you could apply that to if you're a Solidity developer. Maybe you developed the crappiest first smart contract you've ever seen, but like in a couple of years, you could be positioning yourself as like you now are the Solidity guy, or in 5 years, you're the Solidity expert. And now big projects are coming to you. So it really applies to like any industry.
Actually, that's a really good thing that I want to ask you, because you are like the media manager and the influencer manager. Is that the right word? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is something that you would give advice to? Like, well, what advice would you give to either current content creators or potential content creators? Like, what do you think is really important to be successful or make progress in this space?
Yeah, I would say not to get discouraged by having a small channel, because especially in crypto and NFTs, like that channel, your size channel, could be attracting some major people watching your channel, specifically getting the information that they need on a daily basis. Because with the larger channels, they often cover multiple topics, and it's almost too shotgun, it's too spread wide. So with smaller channels, that are niche, like it's very, you could attract a big player in the space, and AKA whales. And so you just never want to undervalue your audience. And that's something that if you take that into account, like you can always know that like your channel is valuable. So that hopefully encourages you to keep growing. And that's what I would say is like, don't have that. Like, oh, I see a lot of people first starting out, like, oh, I only have a couple hundred subscribers. Well, it's like, hit those milestones, like set goal, like set a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers. Like once you get there, then you're kind of locked in, right? But I think a lot of people fail before they get to that first 1,000 subscribers, just because they can't see, like, you know, they don't have that passion or drive maybe. So, and for some, it may not be for everybody. You know, YouTube is literally not for everybody, but you can figure that out in the process, trying to get to that 1,000 subs if you have that goal in mind. But also not undervaluing your channel in the beginning as well, because like I said, you could attract somebody, you know, very big, or they might be connected and reach out to you. So you just never know how your video can reach the world. So
yeah,